Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to World of Warships! Today with a game in the Tier 4 cruiser Svietlana in a Tier 3 and Tier 4 match. My first game I played on the 0.5.8 patch. This is out already, right? Thing is, they talked about fixing the matchmaker, or at least working on it. I haven't read into the details yet. Point is, the only thing I know is the top tier ships will be mirrored. So if you have 3 battleships, for example, you have 3 battleships on the other side. And what do we see here? Yeah, it basically works. They have a... No wait, the sides are actually completely mirrored. So yes, this match at least, it's totally fair if you want so. We have a Yubari, they have a Yubari. Yeah, you see those around more these days when they were in the shop. Anyway, Svietlana, I like the ship. So many guns, just look at the bottom left, you have 15 guns on that thing. So many guns. I think it's even more than the St. Louis. It has 8 per side. No, wait, that would be 16 then. Does it have 6 per side? I don't remember. Thing is, lots of guns, and we are at Tier 4. So, very nice thing to shoot with. This is a zone match on a big race, which I totally ignored actually when I played the match. Normally I take straight course for the zone just to make sure it doesn't get capped by accident without me trying to prevent it at least, but somehow I thought it would be another type. I just completely ignored it. I went into the left-hand part of the map where the destroyers and the cruisers meet. Oh, and there you see why I was so confused. That was when I looked at the matchmaking the first time when I played that match, and as you see, we're already down 1 ship. Here we have the enemy Yubari coming out behind the island, and I'm giving it a shot, failing horribly. Trying again. There's another thing. Take a look for the shell color, which is orange for high explosive at the moment. And you can see me switching to AP at some point, and then the shells are white suddenly. Interestingly, no destroyer here at the moment. They all must be somewhere else, for whatever reason. Which is really good, because normally when you're at that position, you have around 2 or 3 destroyers near you, all trying to get the better of you. I'm still trying to shoot the Yubari, putting that mountain through a stress test. But I'm not done with it yet. I want to get that ship. Oh, so far off. Adjusting the aim once more. Also reducing speed so that I can just go ahead and keep on broadsiding him. There is no immediate danger to me. He's changing course again, coming towards me. My hit ratio is not the best, but at least 1. Oh, I got over 5 so far. So many shells fired and so little hits. But there we go at least. 1 more, 2 more. And a incapitation. There is a St. Louis starting to sink. Wonderful. Torpedoes in the water. And there you can see we're hitting the mountain once more. I'm changing course so I don't go into that dead end even more. And she's gone for the while anyway. But look at that, turned around. Coming right back. We're getting close now, only 8 kilometers. And he's also coming closer and closer, but basically means he just wants to torpedo me. Got his engine once more. Firing a whole salvo, switching to armor piercing rounds. 4 hits. And if you take a look at the shells now, while my goes up in flames, shells are white now. I wonder if you can see that when people shoot at you, if they have white shells or not. And there we go. No Citadel, long awaited one. I learned in one of Wargaming's videos that if you want to hit the Citadel like that, you have to aim for the waterline of the ship. You can see that very well with the current crosshair not being displayed correctly. But there we go, another hit down to 488 HP, down to 92. But sadly I turned the ship around in the meantime. Still, there he goes. Those hits, we could have saved those. Right when I want to aim at the next ship, it goes up in flames as well. And at that point I think, no, it's not looking that bad.
Torpedoes to port.
But the only thing we have that they don't have is a tier 3 destroyer, so that's not really that much of an advantage for us. I'm taking a straight course for the battleship, which is sitting there at full health. And the Miyogi is probably doing the same. Also, while I'm on the way there, I want to get that destroyer down so that it doesn't wreck our own battleship. There it is, 6.6 kilometers away. Sadly my guns are not facing the right way. He's firing a broad salvo in basically every direction he can go, and there something totally wrecks him. Who was it? Jakur. The hell? Oh, it was the Phoenix before it died. Interesting. And opening fire. I'm firing HE again. I don't think my armor piercing rounds will be able to armor pierce a battleship, especially since it's not facing this side towards me. So yes, setting him on fire. Another important thing I recently learned is you can set fire to multiple parts of a ship. I know that already, but you can adjust your aim so that you actually hit the parts where the fire can break out. If you hit one where the fire is taking place, then there will be not fire in a different part of the ship. So you have to aim for the front if you want to fire on the front, you have to aim in the back if you want to have fire in the back. And you can see our Miyogi has him down to half health already. Sadly he's right in the way for the torpedoes, 3 kilometers away, and I just cannot fire those down torpedoes. I was really annoyed at that part. I tried to get around on the right side so that I don't fire the torpedoes in the path of our own, but they want to get close and personal and just want to cut me out. Because why would you let me take part in your duel? Stopping, firing the torpedoes, and that's when he turns in and rams him. Is that idiot? Seriously, you wouldn't have... There was no need to do that. You could have just stopped, let the torpedoes hit him, and then we would have a ship more. No. Now we're down to 3 versus 3. The only thing I see is a Karlsruhe at 18,000, our Campbell town at 4,000 health, and, well, a Karlsruhe from their team with just 59 health that just exploded. So, lucky us, we are down to an Arkansas and a Karlsruhe. I'm opening fire on Karlsruhe that just bumps into an island. Time is 10 minutes, so that actually looks really good. But as you can see in the back, there is our own Yubari burning up like crazy with 4000 HP and bam, there he goes. We are down a ship too. But still, looking not that bad, right? Battleship over there. Me and Campbelltown. Still, that castle was taking quite the beating. Not sure why I don't fire AP at that moment. Must have forgotten about it. Well, until that point where I decide to switch, the problem is, at that moment, it's too late. He already turned his ship and it's not showing his sights anymore.
The ship is on fire.
Also, I wasted that whole salvo because of course he stops and wants to go forward again. He has me down to 12,000 HP. I still fire AP because I am already on it and switching back would cost me precious time. I'm turning into him, only showing him a small fraction of my ship. And this is where things start to get a little bit annoying for me. I can see his whole side. I'm shooting right at him, but no citadel. That was a bit annoying considering he's down to 3000 health and it would have helped greatly if it would have just exploded. I mean, look at it, I am hitting his side, it's just not doing the ding thing. Maybe my guns were over-penetrating for the German armor. No, I'm only doing minor damage. I had to evade his torpedoes. Trying again and again. So I'm switching back to HE. Could have really saved myself the time since he's down to a few shots now. That was a little bit of a stupid thing to do. And now look at his health. It's only crawling down and he's hitting me over and over again. Even for heavy damage. But there he finally goes. It did cost me another 2000 hit points. And suddenly it's me and the Miyogi versus the Arkansas. And the Miyogi is nowhere to be seen. Well, at least he's in range since he's a battleship. Arkansas sitting at 19,000 health. And for me it was just a question, will he kill me before the battleship arrives and hopefully saves the day? And my first thing to think was, oh yes, see that. 2000 damage and sets me on fire twice. Look at all those guns pointing at me. That wasn't really a good sight to behold. Still, I thought I'd do as much damage as I can, just to help out. Here comes a full salvo. I'm turning, but no, too late. At least I got 30 seconds of spare time now. His last turret seemed to fire a little bit later every time. I'm burning up now, 1900 health. Turning the ship back around. And there I go, but I got a torpedo hit and there he goes. So let's take a look at what we got for that. We got 3400 XP, that is with a flag of some sort, 160,000 credits and 60,000 damage done. 2 critical hits, which could have been more, but meh. That's okay. For me at least. Third place on team right after the Yubari and the Miyogi. Yubari I still think is a really underrated ship, even now that it has been in the store for everyone. I still think many people are just scared of buying just 2 turrets with 2 guns, and it seems a little bit underpowered, but I had great games in it. Anyway, Svietlana, I really like it. So many guns. Russian buyers, maybe, still very, very nice ship. As you can see, 13,000 damage to the Karlsruhe, the Arkansas, 10,000 to the enemy Yubari, and 21,000 to the Miyogi in the end, which is about half his health in total. I say thank you for watching. Have a nice day. See you on the next video. Bye bye.